What's good, my people? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I'm gonna hook up the direct audio in just a minute. Messing around a little bit, looking at some files while I sit here for a minute, collect my thoughts. There's a lot to talk about, and I don't necessarily have a ton of time to go over some of the things that I wanted to talk about. So I'm going to try to make this a more regular thing. I'm going to hook up the direct audio and that kind of stuff here in a little bit. But what's up, Phil? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, so this is the newest iteration of the Dark Ship Enterprise. This is the DM1, the Dark Mother. And it's the Dark Mother because the father and the son are all burnt up. So, For those that may not be aware or haven't been catching up on Instagram, that's where I do a lot of my content creation now, because I can go live over there, and there's more of a base for me to do what I do. So what I'd like to do over here is maybe do some of the behind the scenes prep that I do for these events. So when I go on tour, or when I'm like doing live stream events or whatever, I have a lot of preparation that goes into that stuff. So I used to do quite a bit of that over here on YouTube. So I'm gonna make a very short kind of overview of what has transpired since the last time I was on YouTube live. So, as I kind of mentioned, I was in a house fire. November, so you're talking less than 7 months ago. Actually, no. Today marks the exact 7 months. It was November 27th. It was the morning of the 27th, 2:30 a.m., when my wife woke me up to the sound of smoke alarms. I sleep with earplugs because a lot of things bother me. A lot of things wake me up in the middle of the night. Give me 1 second. Let me shut this fan off. She wakes me up and she says, "What's that noise?" And I immediately knew that's a smoke alarm. That's a smoke detector. So I ran downstairs and I saw the hardwood floor in my living room area, approximately 15 feet from where my last studio was that I built in the upstairs space on the first floor. You know, I've spent years honing my craft, building, learning, researching as I will create. That was my main focus, my main goal. I will create. That was the mantra, that was the goal, that was the strategy, that was my journey. That's how I could conceptualize big picture of all the work I needed to do. I could create a character, a persona that would allow me to do the dirty work, to get really intensely focused on every aspect of music and technology for the purposes of creating something in the future that I didn't even know what it would be or what I would gravitate towards. In the course of developing my skills, I met a lot of great people. I started out, as a loner, basically on YouTube with 50 followers. I don't have a ton of followers on YouTube, and that's because I don't consistently schedule and push and do these like corny, catchy thumbnails and all this stuff. It just never was something that was interesting for me. But for a while, I did want to get to 1,000 subscribers so that I could go live. So I pushed hard. I learned a lot. I learned what I like, what I don't like. I learned everything that you see here was developed and learned during those years. Yeah, this is all new stuff because everything is gone. My dogs, our home, every worldly possession we ever owned, everything is gone. Everything. My wife was badly burned. She got trapped on the second floor, and had to break through a bathroom window to save her own life and went out head first. I found her on the ground. I picked her up and she could not stand. She was out of it. She landed terrible. Picked her up, and as soon as I started booking it, the house above us exploded, and it was like a movie. My daughter is safe. My wife is safe. I'm safe. But we lost everything. So be careful what you wish for. I always said I could do this without all of the equipment. People would get on me, people would troll me and say things like, that's what you came up with all of that equipment? Meanwhile, they couldn't do any of it with just one piece of equipment while I'm controlling 10 or 12 pieces at a time, at once. This is not something that you're just gonna be able to walk into my studio and operate. I can walk into your studio and operate your studio, but you can't walk into mine and operate mine, because this workflow is completely unique. You'll never see it anywhere, and I earned it. And that's just for the people who were in those moments thinking that I was gonna fail, that I was gonna somehow give up. They clearly didn't know. They clearly didn't have any sense of like humanity. When you see passion in someone, those things are critical human traits. Those are things that you can't buy. You can't like order it on YouTube or order it on Amazon or whatever. These are things that come with passion. So, having said that, there are a lot of familiarities here with what I used to work with. I tried to keep it as close to what I'm used to as possible. I didn't spend 10 or 20,000 hours in a basement by myself learning how to produce music live just to turn around and toss the whole work that I did and start over completely. I had probably between $80,000 and $100,000 worth of music equipment. And for those of you who were horny for that stuff, you can have it. That's not what I'm interested in. The music equipment, all that stuff is just the tool that allows me to get to where I want to go. And that's original music for people that understand what it is to be creative and to think outside the box and to actually be able to do something that no one else is doing on the level that people are doing it for money. This is a passion. This is like independent at its best. So I can't really explain in this video how all of this is routed. But if you come back and you keep watching and you keep zooming in and ask questions, I will answer. If you have questions, you want to leave them in the chat, or if you're watching on playback, leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer what I can for you. But like I said, I'm self-taught and I don't know everything about everything. I know everything I need to know to create the kind of music I want to create. And that's what the goal was when I started this YouTube channel in 2016. Go watch my first video. I'm sitting in a Section 8 apartment for those out of the country, low-income housing, where you get a subsidy from the government. Just got out of the homeless shelter. I had an MPC 1000, very similar to the 500, which I just got recently from a friend. Shout out to Josh Terrell down there in South Carolina. I was down there for a mini tour that I was asked to be a part of. So everything you see here came with me. Everything you see here fits in that box. That's what I did different. That's how you take what you've learned, and when a disaster hits, you don't go back to everything you were doing before. You do it better. Everything except for this mixer right here, everything fits in that box. This is an extra frame, but this extra frame just comes off, and this whole apparatus is bolted together. This apparatus goes in the back of this box. This is the front of the box. You're seeing the mixer. Beautiful. This is my Q32 in a rack. It's got the same hardware, firmware, brain, all that, except for it doesn't have a giant board with all the fancy sliding motorized faders. But I have that here. So I'm good. This is actually more practical for me because I can customize the app using customizable scenes and control only the things I want to control, so I don't accidentally do something I'm not intending to do. So everything you see here, minus this and that, Bose S1 Pro Plus, fits in that box. That's how I want to roll. I could not do what I do when I had my other setup because I had a giant Prophet Rev 2 16 voice. I had a Sledge version 2. I had Prophet 6. I had all kinds of fancy stuff. I had it all. I had it all. MS-20. I had it all. MPC-X. Akai Force. MPC Live 2. I had it all. MPC 2000 XL. And Sonic ASRX. Probably $15,000 to $20,000 in Eurorack equipment. You can watch it, you can see it all. It's on my page. You can go to Instagram, Odd Pilot on Instagram. You can see all my old stuff if that's what you're into. You can also check out my music, which is on Spotify or Bandcamp, which is preferable because that's where independent artists can showcase their music for actual fans who actually care about organic artist development. This is not Spotify, like I go and buy a beat and rap. This is me creating something you've never heard before, most of the time on the spot, and then I go and I develop it further with artists and put MCs on these joints. So, November 27th, I lost everything. April 14th. Here we are, June 28th. So April 14th, May 14th, June 14th. So 2 months and 2 weeks ago, I moved into this house. I had 6 weeks to furnish, paint, move, basically put a whole house together because I was going back out on tour May 24th. So I literally had about 4 or 5 weeks to create a new home for my family so that I could focus on this. I had no studio and I was trying to go back out on tour very shortly. So while I'm building, putting the house together, I didn't build this house. We bought this house, had to put all the furniture, paint, sanding, whatnot, stain, plus cups, clothing. You don't even realize the type of stuff that you have until you don't have it anymore. I just realized before my trip, it was May 20th. I was leaving in 4 days. And I realized I had no summer clothes to go to North and South Carolina because the fire happened in the winter, and that was my priority. So everything you see here has all been put together and developed since April 14th. 2 months. I created a new studio, a new workflow. I'm doing Friday sessions. This is the 9th week in a row. I've been in this house for about 10 weeks. This is my 9th week in a row doing a Friday night live session on Instagram. It's called Flippin' Fridays. I'd love for you to come through. It will be roughly around 7 p.m. Right now it's getting down to crunch time. I gotta start preparing for this thing, and that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, so I got a few hours to prepare for this thing. That's all I need. Yeah. So, in a lot of ways, I'm imitating my old setup without the fancy bells and whistles because, quite honestly, it's not necessary. I love a good sequential or Dave Smith, prophet, but I'm trying to be on the road a lot. I'm trying to perform for you in person. I want you to know that I will come to your spot, whoever you are. I will come to your spot and shut that place down. This is all I need. This, don't worry about that. That's just a fan. This is a Prophet clone. 8 voice, Behringer. So if I break that on the road, it's not like breaking a Prophet 6, desktop module, which is what I had before. This is basically an MS-20 clone. So I don't need to carry that big white thing around. I got it right here. So this is my modular, my Eurorack setup. You don't know it yet, but this is all I need. Here's my Q32, my MPCX. Of course, I had to get another deluge because this is one thing that didn't come true. I said if I was ever in a house fire, the one thing I would grab is this. Unfortunately, you have so little time to think, and it's so scary and traumatic that all you're caring about is where is your family. I didn't care about any of that equipment. God rest my dogs because I couldn't find them, and they perished in the fire. So if you've been on my channel, since, a while back, you've seen my dog. You've seen him come in and say what's up. And it's a sad thing to think that they couldn't get out and I couldn't help them. So we're on to this. Bigger, better things. We're on to, rebuilding, but not just rebuilding. We want to be better than we were before. In every way. Confidence, productivity, creativity, being intentional with what we do. It's all going to be better. And that's how you make everything that happened worth it. That's how you make losing so much feel somehow like it was meant to be. Because unless I feel that way and think that way, it's a dark hole that you can fall into thinking about all the things that you could have done, you had, things that you accumulated. It's stuff. If I wanted to, I could replace every piece of my studio right now. But I don't want that because I want to do it better. So, thanks for letting me talk. I haven't been on here. I have had some requests to do some stuff on my YouTube channel, but I didn't think it was fair to have anything really put on my YouTube channel without doing this first. Some sort of explanation or some sort of understanding of where I'm at. and what I want to do, and and how I want to proceed with this. It's not going to look the same. It's not going to feel the same. It's going to be better. So if you liked what I was doing before, you're going to like this a lot better, because now I have a better sense of how to create music. You're talking about a guy who had to learn every single bit of music, not just the equipment, but actually how to make it. How do you get emotion out of people? How do you construct a beat? Like, I turned into a hip hop producer. So I went from a guy in his basement making weird sounds, I'm still your neighborhood nerd. I'm still the hip hop Bob Ross though too. So all of this, all this trial and error and you want to call it like difficulties or overcoming things, all that is for a reason, and we're gonna have some fun. So shout out to my guys, Duck City Music from West Virginia. I met them when I was down at the Punchline Academy. So I was invited down to the shows in the Punchline Academy live shows. And funny story, really cool story, the infamous Amadeus hosts the Punchline Academy. He's also a DJ on Shade 4-5, has his own time slot, taken over by DJ K Slay when he passed away. Eminem owns the radio company, Shade 4-5, obviously. So I'm down in Asheville. 1 year ago, I performed for the first time live in person for anyone. 1 year ago. It's hard to believe that it's only been a year, but Asheville Hemp Fest was the first time I ever performed live, unless it was like on Instagram or live stream. So 1 year later, I was asked to come back down by the same promotion, which is Drop Science. Shout out to Simple MC. You can check out our music that we put together. It's on Bandcamp. You want to check out Cabin Fever Chapter 2. It's a project I produced, fully mixed and mastered everything myself. The artwork was done by Vince Omega, who is a beast, does artwork for Stu Bangers, Capadonna, you name it. He's working with high-level talent, and it's an honor to have such great, artwork for my music. So it tells you a lot about yourself when you look at the associations you have with people. So I'm down in North Carolina as part of the Punchline Academy a few weeks ago, and I didn't have a ton of time to prepare a bunch of music. So I kind of had to wing it. And I feel like I was preparing that whole time in the basement for something. I didn't know what, but I just felt like I had to be ready. That's why I did, so many things and just tried always to develop my skills and continuously progress and get better at what I do. I'm gonna check out the chat in just a second. I just don't want to get distracted. My thought. So I didn't have a ton of time to prepare. I had about a week. Once I accumulated the equipment, built the studio, I also had to build this thing, which was a whole event. I built a previous box, and that box ended up not being able to be brought with me because it was too big. So the day before I left, I had to build this one from scratch. Just terrible. So I get to North Carolina, my equipment's cool, everything's good, and I'm on stage. So I had my own time slot. I had about a half an hour. I had 30 minutes of my own where I got to just go nuts. play beats, make stuff, just whatever. It was really, really cool. I had a live band with me that was doing playing bass and bongos. It was really, really cool. So I was like the composer, the orchestrator, and they were just playing with me. It was really cool. So when the Punchline event started, which was a little bit later, like another hour after I went, I essentially became the DJ for the show. So I'm on stage, and the infamous Amadeus starts kind of calling people out, saying, you know, who's here to rap? Who came here? Who's got bars? People start raising their hands. He's like, let's go, come on up. All of this is on my Instagram page, by the way. You can go and watch the event. You can watch what I was up to, what I was doing while all this was going on, because there's a camera that's kind of behind me. You can see what I'm doing, and you can see the stage. It's really cool. So he turns around after all these cats get on stage. He turns around and he says, Odd Pilot came all the way from Maine to play us some beats. You got something loaded up? And I was like, let's go. So I played what I had loaded up. And a couple cats kind of went back and forth a little bit. He says, cut the beat. So I cut the beat. He does his thing. He talks a little bit, gives them some feedback, moves on to the next cat. He turns around to me and he says, you got another beat? So if you know anything about MPC, you know when you load something, depending on the material you're loading, it can take a bit. I wasn't even sure what we were going to do, how the format was going to work out. I just knew I had this opportunity in front of me. So I thought to myself, I don't have anything else prepared, but I'm not going to let that stop me. So I said to Inf, no, but I'll load something up. He turned around, kept talking to the crowd. I loaded up a program. I loaded up a project. The project I loaded up was something I had been toying with the idea for a while, which is create a bunch of really cool instrument programs that I can play on the pads. I already program my own drums on the fly. I do all that. And then I can play the pads over it and then add my synthesis, my bass and my lead synths and whatever using the analog stuff. So that was my idea. So I load up this project. He says, Odd Pilot, drop that. I dropped that. And everybody that was there immediately turned around and started like doing the nasty face. So that went on for a bit. A couple cats were spitting. I think 3 or 4 dudes went in on just this one thing that I was playing. So he says, cut the beat. So I cut the beat. And then he does his thing, talks a little bit, and then he says, Odd Pilot, drop another beat. And remember, I don't have anything else, but I did have a whole ton of really dope chops that I prepared ahead of time. So what did I do? Started scrolling through my banks, and I would start reprogramming the chops over the old ones that I just played, and then overdub the drums as I go. So he stops the beat again, talks, looks at me and says, Odd Pilot, drop another beat. After the third one, then people started to realize that I was doing it on the fly. They thought I was just playing beats that I had. I didn't have any beats. All the drums, everything that I was doing, I was programming right then, on the spot. And that right there is why I was in the basement for 3 or 4 years, because I knew one day I'd be put in a situation where if I didn't perform like a champ, I could miss my opportunity. And let me just tell you, how did it go? About a week later, infamous Amadeus on his Instagram page and on Shade 45 page and everywhere else was announcing the next tour he was on. Guess whose merch he was wearing? Odd Pilot merch. the Take Me to Your Leader shirt with my homie, Simple MC from Drop Science. You see how it's all connected? You see how it all works out? So shout out to Infamous. It was a great show. I really felt like I was able to show a lot of the hard work and a lot of the stuff that I've, dedicated my life to. This is not easy. It's not easy, living in Maine, being like this deep into the underground hip hop scene. So don't think there's barriers for you. You can't make excuses. You have to put in the work so that people can see when you have your opportunity. If you don't show them, they'll never know. They're not going to listen to you talk. They're going to listen to what you do. So you got to be ready. You got to be on point, and you have to throw yourself into the fire, unfortunately. So having said all that, it's really enough inspirational talk. We got to get to work. So let's do that. I'm going to peep. Yo. Yeah, hell yeah, man. I appreciate you, bro. Let me see if I can monitor the chat with my other phone, because I can't see. Once I unplug this monitor, I'm gonna lose the ability to see the chat. So let me just see if I can see it without looking around the side. So I don't want to actually miss. I want to stay here with you guys. So, at the end of the day, do you, but also try to find what it is that defines you, that makes you unique and interesting. A lot of people can do the same thing. So you either have to be super good at what everybody else does, or you have to do something that no one else does. And that's really where you're going to separate yourself from the others. Let's see. Okay, so it's not going to show me the live unless I log in under somebody else. So I have another account that I started a long time ago that I'll just see if I can switch over. Let's see. Alright, cool. So the other channel I started is called The Raw. I used to basically do just live streams on there, just the raw stuff. No edits, nothing. Now I basically do everything like that, so there is no real point in starting a channel or something dedicated to just that. At least not for right now. So yeah, let's see what's up. Oh wow, shit! Yell came through. Yeah, so let me just stop myself from talking. Whoa! Hold up. I can hear the fan in the background. Give me 1 second, guys. I appreciate you guys. I see there's a few cats in here. Okay. Shut this off. All right. So I'll just take a look at this, and then we're gonna get busy because I have this show tonight, and I would love for you guys to come through. We don't want it to be all ass. Phil, man, I love you, bro. You're the man. Am I missing the X? Yes. I actually have thoughts about getting another MPC X, and it's not because of the typical reasons I think you would think of. It's because this is a portable setup. But what I don't have the ability to do is easily pull this MPC from this and take it downstairs and work on the couch. I have to disconnect the computer if I want to be able to use the hard drive, the processing power of the computer, then I have to pull the plugs and fish it back through, and it's a little bit of a process. And I just want to keep that process for when I'm traveling. So the reason why I'd like to get an X is just so I can leave that here, and I can have the live like downstairs or whatever. So that's really, I'm not missing the Q links. I'm not, because they're right here. I've got them assigned so that there's really no like difference for me between the live and the X. Of course, my eyes could definitely use a bigger screen, but when I'm in computer mode, I'm usually using a monitor next to me, which is this one, that I'm actually like watching my own feed to make sure like I'm in the frame and all that. So I'm gonna get started in just a second with this music stuff, and I'm just gonna unplug it so that I can see my like MPC information on this screen. So yeah, let's see. Thanks, man. Well, when you earn something, it's because you've sweated it, I know I've earned it, and that's the difference. Is there was a time when people would tell me that, I was unique, I was special, whatever, and for me, I knew how much I had to learn. So even though people could see hints of what I was becoming, I always will know that there's more to learn. So there's no way I can actually learn everything. So there's always people out there that know more than you, and that's what keeps me like humble, is because I'm not the best of anything. I just know when it comes to this, no one can touch me. No one. So do I know everything about everything? No, I don't. But no one can do this, and that's what makes me special. So I believe that. Yo, what up, Quasi? Mr. Biggs. Oh. Hey, man, I appreciate it. It's good to see you. Yeah, thanks. Yes, Halal Styles, what up? Appreciate you. Yep. Let me see this last one here. Preparation is always the key to success. Your 3 years in the basement puts you at a king status. Thanks, man. And a great story. I appreciate that. In my mind, I have a lot of work to do, but I can see how I've separated myself. Definitely. And if you don't know, you're about to know. So yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna try to keep my eye on this a little bit. I see that there's some cats in here, and I do appreciate you guys. I'm not gonna waste your time. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I will try to maybe post some of the stuff over here if that's like what you guys want. Otherwise, what I'm gonna do is behind the scenes stuff that I'm doing to prepare for the live events that I'm doing. Like, another thing you guys don't know probably is I was a resident performer at a local spot. So on Saturdays from 10 to midnight, they had me in there rocking joints like a DJ. I had to learn a little bit of DJ skills. I bought a Denon Prime Go because I have a lot of joints on Spotify, so I was like mixing my own stuff in with the classic joints. Plus I was, making beats on the fly while I'm at these events. Like, I would play, for instance, the track Built This City. Everybody knows that song. We built this city. Everybody knows that joint. So I'm playing that joint and I'm sampling it silently in my headphones. So not in, the monitors, that, not in the PA, I should say. Only I'm hearing it. So as it's playing, I'm sampling it. And then when I transition to the next track, I pull the drums from the next track. and I chopped them up. So as the night went on, I built this nasty, nasty beat. And you can actually see that on my page. You can see the result because I played it on a live stream. And that's one track that if I could get back right now, that's the one I want back in my MPC, is that project file. I spent a lot of time working on it, you know, not just that night, but like future days. I even was down with Fred Ones at his new spot, who's a, you know, world famous, you know, DJ, Fred Ones. And, you know, he was one of the first people to break my music in the underground. This is in the Bronx. He invited me down to be on the radio back in like 2020, I guess, or 2021. Really early Odd Pilot. Odd Pilot was created, and if anybody remembers, that would be dope. But Odd Pilot was created in December of 2019. So right at the start of 2020 is when Odd Pilot was actually beginning his quest to become a dope hip-hop producer. And listen, go look at my Bandcamp. Between 2021, I dropped my first track in 2021. So even all through 2020, I never produced anything that made it to a full release. I made a lot of beats, I did a lot of networking, I had like 300 followers on Instagram. I think I'm somewhere close to 5,000 now. You know, and it's just a matter of work. But like between 2021 and 2023, I think I dropped like 30 or 40 joints, including full LPs, full projects, vinyl. I dropped vinyl. CD, dropped it all on Bandcamp, plus all the merch. And I've got merch. I lost a lot of merch in the fire, but if you want Odd Pilot posters, these are from my last full-length project, Cabin Fever 2. It's a producer project. So I recruit MCs, I recruit artists and DJs to combine forces and make prolific hip-hop. It's real hip-hop. By real, I'm talking about rooted in hip-hop. Stuff that you would have heard back in the classic era. These are available if you want some Odd Pilot merch. This has not been released yet. This project has not been released yet. This is a collaborative producer project between myself and, how do I get this in the middle? And Hilltop Productions. So these are t-shirts. This hasn't been released yet either. This is Odd Pirate. Me and my friend I met on when I was on tour with Afro, All Flows Reach Out, if you're familiar. I flew out to California in August last year, and I went on tour from California all the way across the Midwest, all the way to Phoenix, Arizona, where I performed at Trill. And I think I did 12 shows in 10 days, plus taught some production seminars. And this was one of the cats I met out there, Graybeard from Denver. So him and I are working on a project called Odd Pirate, because he's Graybeard the Pirate. So these are all concepts that I develop for artists, for myself, for the community, and I really enjoy it. These are Odd Pilot joints, just straight up logos. You have to get at me and only ask if you're serious. I get a lot of people that ask. I send them details, and then they don't respond. So I'm not looking for any, you know, I'm not looking for any attention or sympathy. Don't buy it because you want to help me, like, recover from a fire. Buy it because you want to be a fan. That's it. This Witchcraft, he's going to be here in a couple weeks in the studio with me. I'll make sure to come on live when we have some new stuff to let you guys hear. But this joint is on Cabin Fever 2. This is the artwork I was telling you about. This is Vince Omega. Dude is nasty with it. Look at this artwork. Seriously, look at this artwork. Crazy. Look at this artwork. Fortified Mind. Look at this artwork. Look closely. Look at the detail. Crazy. Crazy dope. Here's that in a t-shirt. So I got sizes. If you want to support real hip-hop, independent artists, hit me up. And I will get you what you need. And I promise you will be exclusive to that, because not a lot of people have access to independent merch like this. The quality is incredible. So you'll be one of the few. And with that, we are about to get this show on the road. I'm gonna bring you in a little closer. I'm gonna bring this down some so I can see it a little bit better. And I'm gonna have to unhook this thing so I can make it work. I don't know if YouTube has a time restriction for live streams. I hope not, because it's just gonna shut me off at an hour if that's the case. Yo, Asterix, what up? Peace. Man, it's great to see you. Yeah, I'm back on the tube. I know you've been watching Instagram. I appreciate that. That's my sis right there. Definitely a super homie right there. Super supportive, always been, willing to share an ear or some crazy vibes, and definitely, thank you for just being there. It's been awesome to have you as a friend. And let's see, so, I can get you some merch. Best way to get in touch with me is Instagram DM, probably. If anybody is serious, hit me up on the Instagram DM. If you don't have Instagram, you can shoot me an email, theoddpilot@gmail.com. TheOddPilot@gmail.com. And I'll get back to you. And yo, Ryan, what up? You want one? Like I said, hit me up. I got you. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this, because maybe what I'll do is I will look back, or maybe I'll share some stuff in my shorts or in my story or something like that. Just let me know. Got you. All right. So, what is this heart thing? What's this thing now? Oh, I can heart. So, you guys can make hearts too? YouTube changed some, huh? Okay, cool. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, wait, what? Did it heart like the last thing I read, or what? I don't get it. How is your thing on there? Oh, is it? Okay, so what does it do? It puts the last comment across the screen or something? I thought only I was seeing that. That's crazy. All right. He says, fun fact. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, can I stop that? That's kind of distracting the shit out of me. I don't know. Okay. What did that do? Did that do anything? Nope, that didn't do anything. All right, I'll get on with it. If anybody knows, let me know. Otherwise, just keep putting messages in there, and they'll scroll through. All right, I'm gonna play this joint one more time. I'm gonna scroll a little bit and see what we can do, and I'm gonna fix the camera. Oh, one other thing. plug in the direct audio, so it could take me a few minutes just to sort out the microphone and whatnot. So yeah. Remember that. Go. Hopefully I don't lose ya. Check. Yeah, so I lost you guys there for a second, so I had to restart the program. Had to restart the phone, but I was able to get back into the active event, so it looks like we're good. Let me know if you can still hear me okay. I'm gonna monitor you guys right here.
good? Beautiful.
This is also what happens from time to time, is your program will just stop playing as if nothing is working. Like, this is just part of the game. So I'm going to have to reload it. Oh well, big deal. I'll reload it. While I reload it, let's play this. We'll just make something real quick. Let's go. This is one of those times where I have no idea what's happening. You can clearly hear drums. Nice and loud, but there's nothing coming through my pads. I would love to know why that is. I mean, I can even... That's the pad it's hitting right there. Even if I solo, nothing. So why can it play, but I can't hear it when I hit the pad? It's just one of those things that unfortunately happens, and what you don't want to do is have that happen when you're like on stage or something. But of course, you know, you gotta be able to make it work. should it be anything? So I'm just trying to figure out where that signal is coming from. Okay. I mean, that's what it's supposed to be sounding like. So now I know that it's coming through my deluge.
My screen. My screen. was enjoyable. We're not done. As you can see, we're still figuring a lot of stuff out. That's okay. Not claiming to be the best. Claiming to be different. Unique. topics just to kind of get us going. So, what's up? What's up with you guys? Let me know if you're enjoying yourself. Let me know what's up. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Check. Yeah. I'm gonna I am not going like anywhere far. I have to grab something to drink, but I got a lot of work to do. So if you're here, I'm here. And holy cow, my guys, thank you. I'm gonna read every one of these right now. Let's go. Check. My MPC is acting super crazy. Now I can't use my Q-Link, and I don't know why. It really shouldn't be doing all the stuff that it's doing. This is so strange. I've never had this problem. Now they're not. They're literally, my Q-Links are literally not working. Even though it says that I'm on the right screen, it's not moving anything. This is whack. This might be broken or something. Oh, I just saw it do something. That's crazy. Well, there's always workarounds. Let's go. that's a little bit better, so I can actually hear myself. So the question was, how do I route certain things? Let me see what the question was. How do you have the deluge synced to the MPC? I have the deluge synced with a simple USB cable right here. It provides power because this thing can be USB bus powered. So with a USB switch, a USB hub, a powered USB hub, just one that has a little adapter that you can plug into the wall to power devices. As long as that's the thing that the deluge is plugged into, you don't need a power supply for it. So it'll sync power and send MIDI messages through the USB. I have audio routed through the microphone input because the microphone input is an 1/8" small little 3.5 millimeter jack, and that particular jack, which people should know if they don't, is a stereo input. So with a stereo breakout cable, I can actually do multi-track recording on the deluge. So I can record one track on the left, as panned left and right, it'll give me a full mono track. So I can record 2 mono tracks simultaneously if I want to on separate tracks, so that I can EQ them and process them differently. If you plug into the 1/4" input, which there is also a 1/4" input audio TRS, you can't do the same exact thing that you can here. Whatever reason, I couldn't tell you. All I know is all the testing and everything that I've done, you're better off using the 1/8" input, because there's a switch that only applies to the 1/8" input on the back, which is 16 dBs of gain on and off. Now, if you go into the 1/4", you don't get the luxury of being able to boost the signal or cut it down. You have to do it manually through the tracks. So I use the deluge as a Swiss Army knife. I mean, I'm programming drums. Let me show you something really cool. I'll show you something really, really cool. So let's go ahead and shut these drums off. Actually, you know what? What we're gonna do is we're gonna stop everything from coming in to the deluge. So right now, the only thing the deluge is playing is a drum beat. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to resample it right now. And it's quiet because I have it turned down. Okay, it's done. So what I'm going to do now is save it. Just because you have to have it saved into the memory before you can access what you're looking for. So now what I'm going to do is pull up an empty drum track, and I'm going to stop that. I'm going to see if we can load one. Let's see. I think the way I'm monitoring this is, let me check. because I'm not hearing. So the way I typically monitor it is kind of like silently monitoring it, because I don't want everything to go through. So I'm just looking for the monitoring. Monitoring. It's on enabled. There you go, conditional. All right, let's see if that does it. Okay. All right, so it should be this one. Okay. We got it. Check this out. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know this. Watch this. Okay, so we got our hidden ass drums right here. They're hitting a little bit more than I want. So let me just, I kind of sampled them a lot louder than I intended to, because I wasn't listening. Alright, so check this out. Now this is where it's really cool. So now, got your typical, got your typical step sequencer. Let's go ahead and make sure all of them have a bit of decay. Okay, I'm just gonna bring these in. Okay, I think I made too many chops. Let me make 8 chops instead of 16. This will be better. This is a better example. I'm not sure if it changed the name of it. Let me just look. Okay, so you got your waveforms here. But they're clearly not one-shots. It says they are one-shots. Alright, I think we've got a little bit of a glitch here. So I'm going to save this real quick. just going to load it back up. Like I said before, it's all part of the game. Like, see? Now the first kit I made, oh well, here we go. So now we got this. Okay, now what I actually want, yikes. I don't know what I did, but it didn't like it. I'm not sure. It could be, actually. Did I unplug the power or something? Like from the... You know, if you lose power, that's the thing, though, is like... It can be charged using USB power. But if you get into a situation where that gets unplugged, it will eventually die on you. And it could die in a very bad place. Let's try. So there's a lot of stuff to like keep in mind, I guess. I'm changing them right now to basically what's it called? Choke. And then it's gonna be really dope. So right, what I just did was I resampled. I gotta like turn this up. I gotta get something to hold this damn thing sometime. I keep having this problem where I can't hold it and like do my shit. Maybe that'll help. Oh, and then you get it caught on something. Alright. That ain't gonna work. I'm just gonna yell. Alright, so change these. Now I got this. So I resampled the whole kit and then chopped it. You can actually do chopping just like I did on the MPC with that sample. You can actually chop like samples just like you do anything else. But this is the cool thing. Now, check this out. We got velocity. Like you see how it's darker down here. I don't know if you can see it. But, let me see. It's kind of hard to tell on the screen. But trust me. So there's 64 pads, I believe. Let me see. No, there's like 128 pads here. It's broken up into 8 banks of 16. So the darkest, the most dim is the lightest velocity. And as they get brighter, they get louder. Alright? So that's for each pad. Now check this out. appreciate everybody. I'm going to let this ride out for a bit, and I'm going to check the chat, and I'm going to get something to eat. Don't forget, tonight is Flippin' Fridays on Instagram, 7 p.m. I got like an hour, which means you've got an hour to go do what you do and come on back. Party keeps on rocking. Let's go. Very much like NPC workflow, but with a couple extra tricks. The deluge is being slaved by Ableton Link, which is being pumped by the MPC. So anything connected to the MPC, in theory, gets Ableton Link. Everything has its own linking system, and I go back and forth. So sometimes I have to connect the deluge as the main. So it's just have to get into the preferences and quickly switch them over. But yeah, right now, in this instance, the deluge is being slaved by Ableton Link. So when I hit play, nothing happens until it comes back around. So it's always on time. And your effects are always on time. If you have effects